Hello, magandang gabi po. Ito po si Dr. Toto Tirador, Doctor of Jurisprudence at saka Civil Engineer Licensed. Ako po ay experienced na journalist sa loob po ng 15 years at umalis ako sa People's Journal Tonight bilang news editor. Shortly before graduating from the pamantasan ng lungsod ng Maynila, just to give you to my review and the bar examinations. And then fortunately, I passed. So anyway, ang ating pag-usapan sa ngayon po ay itong katigasan ng ulo ng mga congressman. Ayaw tanggapin ang utos na remand galing sa Senado. Ano ngayon ang mangyayari nito? Sinabi po ng tahasan ni Chis Escudero, Senate President, na kung hindi nila tanggapin, ito ang magiging dahilan na madidismiss ang impeachment. Nag-re-enter pa sila ng appearance. Anong ibig sabihin? Tapos hindi nila sinunod. Binastos nila ang Senate Impeachment Court. Pwede maging basihan ito na sila po ay iko-contempt na pagbabayarin ng kung anong multa. At kung hindi pa rin sila magkukomply pagkatapos ng contempt, sila ay makukulong na. So kagaya ng ginawa ni Paduano sa mga resource persons nila, makukulong rin ang mga Senate impeachment, mga prosecutor ng House of Representatives. Ang problema nila kasi gusto nila sila lang masusunod eh. Gusto pa lang ninyo magkakaso, bakit hindi kayo sumusunod sa korte? Ginigiba po ninyo yung doktrina sa korte sa kaso. Ang doktrina po, Romel Garcia, ay he who comes to court must come with clean hands. Bakit hindi nyo tanggapin ang remand order? Ang posisyon nyo, basahin natin. Pero dahil dyan po, dinisrespect nyo ang impeachment. So how else, paano pa makapagtuloy yung trial kung itutuloy man? Kung yan man ay hindi ninyo susundin yung utos ng korte? Yan po ang sitwasyon ngayon. Ngayon, para malaman natin, nais ko po rito ipakita sa inyo kung ano ang ginawa ng House of Representatives. Kanina po, nagsumiti sila ng re-entry of appearance at saka nagsumiti rin sila ng tinatawag na submission. Ang sinumiti po nila ay yung sinasabi nila na sinicertify sa pamamagitan ng House Resolution number 2346 na kung saan sinasabi nila na nagsicertify ang plenaryo ng Kongreso na hindi nila nilabag ang one impeachment rule sa laban sa isang impeachable officer. Ang one impeachment rule po ay ibig sabihin ay hindi nilalabag at iisang reklamong impeachment lamang ang sinampa nila kay Sara Duterte sa loob ng 1 taon. So ito ngayon ang sa kanilang submission. Basahin po natin. The House of Representatives, sabi nila, through the public prosecutors, most respectfully submits the attached enrolled copy of Resolution number 328. House Resolution number 2346, adopted in plenary on June 11, 2025, attesting to the fact that the impeachment proceedings initiated on February 5, 2025, against the Vice President of the Republic of the Philippines, Sara Zimmerman Duterte, followed or fully complied with Article 11, Section 3, Paragraph 3 of the 1987 Constitution, and the rules of procedure in impeachment proceedings of the House of Representatives, including the circumstances on the filing of the first 3 impeachment complaints. Annex A. So, kinamit nila as Annex A. Tapos further, this submission is without waiver of the prosecution's position that there is no legal basis for the return of the articles of impeachment forwarded to the Senate in accordance with the 1987 Constitution, which enjoys a presumption of legality and constitutionality, consistent with the resolution of the Honorable Court dated January 18, 2012, in the matter of the impeachment of Chief Justice Renato C. Corona, case number 002-2011, Annex B, passing upon the same matters. So, yan ang sinagot nila. So, ito yung sa signature page nila. So, ngayon, anong ibig sabihin po ng sinumiti nila? Ang ibig lamang po sabihin ito ay magmamatigas sila. Hindi nila tinanggap ang utos na nire-remand. Binabalik sa kanila ang kopya ng mga impeachment. Maliban lamang sa isang kopya na binigay kay Sara Duterte. Siyempre may isang kopya din na tinira sa Senate. Hindi nila tinanggap. Tapos, yung sinagot nila na certification ay hindi rin sumunod sa utos ng Senate Impeachment Court. Ang sinabi sa kanila, ang utos sa kanila ay ganito. The House, sabi nila, the Senate voted on motion by Alan Peter Cayetano not to dismiss or terminate the proceedings but to return the articles of impeachment to the House of Representatives. The motion obliges that the House of Representatives certifies the non-violation of Article 11, Section 3, Paragraph 5 of the Constitution, which provides that no impeachment proceedings shall be initiated against the same official more than once within a period of 1 year, including the circumstances on the filing of the first 3 impeachment complaints. Next requirement sa kanila, the House of Representatives of the 20th Congress, ibig sabihin sa kasunod na mga bagong halal na congressman, communicates to the Senate that it is willing and ready to pursue the impeachment complaint against the Vice President. Anong ibig sabihin po? Ang ibig lamang po sabihin ay nag-certify lamang sila na sinabi nila ay iisang reklamong impeachment lamang ang kanilang ginawa at sinampa sa Senate. Ang problema po, hanggang dyan lang ang number 1 nila na compliance. Ibig sabihin ng compliance, pagsunod sa utos. Pero, hindi po nila sinunod. Paano naman, hindi nila ginawa ng narration of facts kung paano nila na-comply ang 1 impeachment rule sa loob ng isang taon laban kay Sara kung hindi nila binanggit kung ano ang nangyari sa 3 reklamong impeachment na naunang naisampa. Precisely that was ordered by the Senate. For them, it is just like explaining to the Senate Impeachment Court ano ang ginawa ninyo, ano ang nangyari sa 3 impeachment complaint na sinampa. Hindi nyo sinagot. Kaya ang sabi ni Senate President Chis Escudero, ang titigas ng ulo nyo. Ngayon, sinabi ni Senate President, maaaring magbuto-buto itong mga senador at maasar sa inyo, i-dismiss na lang. Kasi pag hindi niyo nilatag ang unang compliance, ang unang inuutos sa inyo, to certify that there is only one impeachment complaint that was filed against Sara Duterte, and you have also to explain what did happen to 3 earlier impeachment complaints that were filed on December 4, 2024, December 2, 2024, at December 19, 2024. Hindi nyo pinaliwanag. What happened to you guys? I thought it is only a simple English, simple instruction, very easy to understand. But you did not comply. The instruction was to repeat, for you, gentlemen and ladies of the House of Representatives, to certify the non-violation of Article 11, Section 3, Paragraph 5 of the Constitution, which provides that no impeachment proceedings shall be initiated against the same official, who is Sara Duterte in this case, more than once within a period of 1 year, and including the circumstances on the filing of the first 3 impeachment complaints. And if we talk about circumstances, we are talking about what happened. Why? You did not explain what happened. You did not narrate what happened to the 3 earlier impeachment complaints. If that is so, that lack of compliance is considered as an admission on your part that the 4th impeachment, no matter how strongly worded, that you followed the rule that there was only one impeachment that was filed by you and that was initiated by you against Sara Duterte, it will still be considered to be void impeachment from the start. You see? Didn't you understand the simple instruction? The instruction was for you to certify that the impeachment complaint, the 4th one that you filed before the Senate of the Philippines as an impeachment court, was only one in a period of 1 year. And you were asked to explain, to narrate what happened with the circumstances on the December 2, 2024, December 4, 2024, December 19, 2024 impeachment complaints that were filed by your own colleagues there in the House of Representatives. If you are not complying with that, it is only an admission that you committed the mistake of filing another complaint in violation of the one impeachment rule. Ano ngayon sasabihin nyo? Iyak-iyakin pa kayo ngayon. Sino ngayon may sala? Ibiblame ninyo yung senador? Ba't ayaw na sumunod? Tapos sabihin ninyo, you are reserving your right not to receive the remand order. What happened with that? Then that is an act of defiance, an act of insult, an act of contempt against the Senate Impeachment Court. Do not push them to the limit. I know the senators, as constituting the court, are kind to react on what you did. And I know if you will still defy, then you will be punished with fines. And if still, despite the fines, you did not comply, then the Senate Impeachment Court has the right to exact that compliance. And if you will not do so, then the Senate Impeachment Court can imprison all of you in the Senate's detention hall. And if in that case, if the Senate Impeachment Court will not terminate, you will not be freed. And if it is forever or 40 years that the Senate Impeachment Court will not be terminated, then it will also be 40 years for you to be detained in the House, in the Senate detention center. At in that case, the key of your freedom is only in your hands. You should have considered that. Then, what comes next? Your problem is, what happened with that re-entry of appearance? If you did not recognize the authority of the court, how else can you now exact the proceedings of the impeachment that you filed? Remember, the Constitution of the Philippines does not prohibit the act of remanding. Anything that is not prohibited can be done by the Senate Impeachment Court as a matter of procedural exercise of its power as an impeachment court, and even including those substantive powers that causes prejudice to the rights or to the life, liberty, or property of any person. The Senate Impeachment Court can act. They have that authority because the Constitution says that the Senate is the sole judge of all impeachment cases. As long as the Senate does not run over the specified standards, like number one, that it shall act forthwith, that it can act forthwith, meaning to say, the next thing that they will do is to act on the impeachment. If there is nothing more important tasks to be done. And now that they are here, they are already starting it. And yet, you are the one causing the delay. That is an act of refusal to obey your constitutional duty that you must prosecute. And the only way for you to obey your duty to prosecute is only for you to obey the order of the Senate Impeachment Court. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't know how else did you get your license as lawyers if you are acting like kids. What are the limitations, other limitations that can be set against the Senate? Is there a limitation for the Senate to issue the remand order and for you to certify that the impeachment complaint that you filed did not violate the one impeachment rule, that only one impeachment complaint can be filed against a person who is impeachable in 1 year? And you were told, you were ordered to explain and tell the circumstances, what happened about the 3 impeachment cases, the December 2 impeachment complaint, the December 4 impeachment complaint, the December 19 impeachment complaint, given the fact that it is ordered upon you that you must process the verified complaint for impeachment in 10 session days, and yet you just sat on it. You just sat on it and you freeze that. And if you sat on it, can it be said that you initiated something either for or against the impeachment complaint? By sitting on it, ladies and gentlemen, anong ginawa niyo? It is just like acting that you acted in grave abuse of discretion. And if that is so, that is now considered as an act of House of Representatives of giving due course to these first 2 complaints. Now, you are being asked to tell the circumstances because the Senate Impeachment Court wants to be educated. What happened? Was there a violation of the 10 session days rule? That is what the Senate Impeachment Court wants to know. Because the Senate Impeachment Court does not want to take judicial notice of what really happened just because they want it to play fair and square. That is being demanded of you by the Senate, even if the Senate can just look at the video showings, the live streams that you produced on your website. That I counted. Binilang ko po. 16 na session days mula December 9 hanggang February 5. And yet, kinakailangan lamang at inuutos sa inyo ng Constitution na kapag natanggap na ang verified complaint for impeachment, walang ibang gagawin at walang choice ang Secretary General kung di ibigay sa kamay ng Speaker, at ang Speaker wala ring choice na sa loob ng 10 session days ay dapat aksyonan nila. December 9, first day. December 10, second day. Nagsesyon kayo dito ha. December 11, third day. December 16, fourth day, session day. December 17, fifth session day. December 18, sixth session day. January 13, seventh session day. January 14, eighth session day. January 20, ninth session day. January 21, 10th session day. January 22, 11th session day. Wala pa rin kayong binigay. Wala pa rin kayong inaksyonan na impeachment complaint. January 22. What does that mean? Inupuan ninyo yung unang impeachment complaint. Tapos, January 28, 13th session day. In this case, yung pangalawang impeachment complaint, inupuan nyo na rin. Nakaabot na 10 session days. February 3, 14th session day. February 4, 15th session day. February 5, kung saan in-entertain ninyo ang pang-apat na impeachment complaint, ay 16th session day. So, what did you do, guys? This guy whose name is Joel Chua answered an interview on YouTube that he was saying that there was no violation on the 10 session days because, according to him, on December 2, upon the filing, the number of session was only number 27. And then on February 5, number 36, he was counting the number of days in terms of the number that they are giving to the sessions. This is not as to the session number, but session days. We are talking about the session days. We are not talking about the session number. Ano kayo mangyari? Why did you not explain what happened with the 3 impeachment complaints? Alam mo, sinasabi ng ating Supreme Court. The Supreme Court said that for one particular impeachment complaint to bar or to prohibit the filing of the next impeachment complaint, the first complaint must have been filed as a verified complaint. So question, did the December 2 impeachment complaint comply with the requirement that it was verified? Yes, because I saw it. I read it. And it is stated there by the complainant who signed that they read the entire impeachment complaint and they understood the entire impeachment complaint. And then they said that everything that was written there was personally known by them. And others which were not personally known by them were embedded in authentic records. That is the qualified as the fully qualified impeachment complaint because it was verified. So the Constitution says in Section 2, if it is verified, then we have to count 10 session days. That in 10 session days, action must be done. And because you did not do anything, what happened? That in the definition of law, if you act, it's very good. But if you do not act, it is counted as an action, negative action. And that negative action is grave abuse of discretion. And that could mean to have qualified the first impeachment complaint to become one that was already acted upon by the House. The only thing is the action was negative, sitting on it. It is just like dismissal of the first complaint. And if the first complaint was dismissed, then that is sufficient to prohibit the next impeachment complaints to be accepted by the Senate. See? Ano mangyari? So, what happened next? The next requirement of you to comply with was for you to accept the remand. After all, you were not instructed to modify your complaint. You are only instructed to accept it. And after accepting it, then submit your compliance and return the same copy of the impeachment. And if that is so, then it cannot be said that there is another impeachment that was filed. It was only filed as is the same complaint that was filed earlier. But because you are too hard-headed, your hard-headedness will go back to you. Kayo ang sisihin ng madlang Pilipinas. Ganun pa nangyari. So ngayon, yung next requirement is for you to manifest that is addressed to the next Congress, the new group of congressmen, to say whether or not they will pursue or proceed with the first impeachment complaint that you filed. So what you did, nagbigay kayo ng bala sa Senado kung anong gagawin nila. Alam nyo naman na mas pabor ang Sara at ang Duterte Black sa Senado, binigyan nyo pa sila ng dahilan para ibasura ang kaso nyo. Sino ngayon sisihin? Senado o kayo? Ang dami nyo, may spokesman pa kayo, kuno magaling. Mali-mali naman ang mga sinasabi. Marami kayo dyan. Sa totoo lang, to tell you honestly, hindi kayo mananalo sa mga abogado ni Sara. Ang mga abogado po ni Sara ay batak na batak. Kung sa basketball pa, batak na batak. Kasi sa korte sila ng mga litigators, mga yan. Batak na batak kung maglaro ng basketball yan. Kayo, abogado di lamesa lamang kayo. Abogado di ayuda. Paano mangyayari na mananalo ang abogado di ayuda? Walang ibang alam kundi mag-ayuda lang. Laban sa isang abogado na sanay makipagbakbakan sa korte, sanay mag-cross-examination. And of all the tasks of a lawyer, the hardest task is to cross-examine. Kaya ba ninyo mag-cross-examine? Ha? Ladies and gentlemen, Jerby Luistro, si Akop, kaya nyo ba mag-cross-examine? The act or the duty or the work of cross-examining a witness is the hardest thing to do. Why? Because you do not know what the witness would answer to you. Because you would always only be following up, and then you will be picking from the air. If you are a genius lawyer, you can pick from the air quickly what question should be asked next. But if you are not experienced as a litigator, you cannot do it, ladies and gentlemen. The easiest part of lawyering is to present a judicial affidavit. But for you to cross-examine the contents of the judicial affidavit, it's the hardest thing. Ask Attorney Libayan. You ask any lawyer for that. The hardest thing to do is to cross-examine. So ito, sino ngayon makasalanan dito? Kayo may kasalanan. So with that, I leave that to you. May time pa kayo. You still have time tomorrow. You still have time until what day is it? June 30. June 30 is your last day. June 30 is Monday next week. You still have until Monday to accept the remand order and to fully explain, fully, not only certify that it is only that you did not violate the one impeachment rule, but you have also to certify as to the existence of the facts and the happening of the events when so far as the three earlier impeachment complaints that were filed on December 2, 2024, December 4, 2024, December 19, 2024. Yan lamang po ang aking sasabihin. Salamat po sa pakikinig at mag-shoutout na lang tayo. Ay, Romel Garcia, magandang gabi po. Si Michelle. Michelle, kumusta? Samboy San. Wala nang maniniwala sa iyo, Kausing. Okay lang kung wala maniniwala. Kung ikaw lang naman, bakit yung iba naniniwala? Hope Brent, Jigger Yarty. Good evening, Dr. Kausing. Pastor Rodi Rabi. Tapos Bernardo Minjula. Good evening, Kamunyog. Senator Dr. Engineer Katotohanan Kausing. Watching from Commonwealth, Quezon City. Okay, si Fe Abekahin Akunya. Good evening, everyone. Si Bibi Lynn 10. Mabuti nga para mabasura ng tuluyan ng impeachment. Tapos, Pastor Rabi, mabasura na talaga impeachment ni BP Sara. Wendy Chabinia Talibenio. Sige, galingan mo, Katoto. Juanito Millones Jr. They just refuse to understand. Gaudioso Tangko. Ayos mga English mo, sir. Salamat po. Pagaw Baker will explain. Naimbag Arabi Tirador. Naimbag Arabi sa mga kabsat ko kada kayo amin. Maya Pabengi sa mga kabalin ko. At Maray na Banggi sa mga kabikulon ko. Jenny Bumagat, magandang gabi po, Attorney. Manuel Santos, dismiss na ang impeachment. Nuclear reactor reacts. Daig pa, life sentence. Okay. Abuyas, hindi yan tigas nung ulo. Paano nila i-comply? Mali ang ginawa nila na violate nila ang 1-year rule bar sa impeachment. Jenny Bumagat, galing para tayo na sa law school. Marami tayong natutunan kay Attorney Engineer. Sige, kinig lang kayo kay magbibigay ko ng law lecture. Bergie Piquero, dami din ako natutunan kay Sir Toto. Jenny Bumagat, sa umpisa pa lang po alam na mali na ang ginawa nila, nakakaisip pang mawawala sa landas nila ang Duterte. Romel Bingson, understand tirador, Dr. Engineer Attorney Kausing, good evening. Who is perfect not? Sabi niya pangalan niya. Pangalan niyo na kung mali si Dr. Engineer Attorney dito. Sara na lahat ng law school. Yes, sara niyo lahat. Hindi naman nila sinunod ng law school nila eh. Kung ano nang pinagsasabihin nila eh. Edelbert Hilongo, Attorney Toto, ikaw na lang ang tama. Sila palagi mali. Mali talaga sila. I stand that. I do not want to stand corrected because I know I'm right. GBN, also ngayon yan, binabali ang batas tulad ni General Torre, gumawa ng sariling batas. Jimmy Bumangat, tubig po, Sir Toto. Okay lang, I am the Tiger Dragon. Tumpak, General Torre, educate them. Eladio, Junior Socorro, Tamsak. Bergie Piquero, thank you, Sir Toto, Kausing, for your vlog. It's very informative. Thank you. Nuclear reactor reacts. Iba pala magbilang si Chihuahua. Chihuahua, sabi ni Isko Moreno, Chihuahua. Bergie Piquero, di ninyo maluko ang taong may alam ng batas. Thank you, sir. Raha Sulaiman Channel, good explanation. May ka-alma mater in MSU Marawi. Sa Raha Ider Patra Sulaiman man ako naka-RIH, ako nakatira noon na. sa MSU, bago ako lumipat sa Super New Boys Dormitory. Tapos, Eye of the Tiger Dragon, mas malinaw pa, Sir Toto. Mag-explain kaysa mga experts ko na dyan. Virgie Piquero, 150 million pinamudmud ni Tamba na pusoy ang plano nilang impeachment ni VP Sara. Nuclear reactor reacts. Ang mga House prosecutor nagtatago sa immunity. Yes. Sir Eric Rofo the Great. Nice idol, Dr. Toto. You're the man. Good job. Thank you po. Nuclear reactor reacts. Nag-low lang para panglapido. Panglapida. Virgie Piquero. Virgie Piquero, lilipad ang angila ng Davao. Si Sir Eric Rofo the Great. Nice, Dr. Toto. Puro ayuda ang mga congressmen. Malakay Faisal. Sir Toto, kailan po kayo magpagupit? Same po tayo, makapal ang buhok. Peace tayo. Attorney Toto. Same. Kasi tayo kalbo. Same. Alam mo, kalbo, tinatago lang. Ano tinatago? Talino, hindi buhok ha. Tapos, Lovely Skyner. Tapos, boss, galing mo paliwanag. Salamat po. Lovely Skyner. Shout out. Okay, Virgie Piquero. Napusoy si Tambaluslus. Sugar, good evening. Doc, taga San Dionisio ako. Pero, diri ako subong sa Abu Dhabi. San Dionisio, Iloilo ka, gali. Baulintik. Ara da ang ako nga tiya nga manghod sa tatay ko. Si Auntie Baling. Ispole. Marwin Canyeta. Ayos to basta kalbo. Talaga magaling. Salamat po. Versatile. Matt, watching you from UAE. Virgie Piquero, watching from Hong Kong. Salamat na abutan ko ang live mo. Geoffrey, gandang gabi, engineer at Dr. Attorney Toto. Galing mo, ang linaw mo mag-explain. Salamat po sa inyong lahat. Magandang gabi. Pakishare. Hingi pa ako ng tulong sa inyo. Please give me kung magkano lang may kaya nyo sa aking GCash, kung ano, sa aking bank account para po pambayad ko sa 60,000 doon sa Senate Electoral Tribunal kung saan magsasampa pa ako ng kasong kuwaranto laban kay Erwin Tulfo. Kasi Amerikano po talaga siya, tapos nakasenador pa. Mahirap, pangit pakinggan na senador Amerikano. So maraming salamat po sa lahat. Okay, Jan Mangunon, thanks for enlightenment. Salamat po.